NASA was trying to protect itself and cover up some of the things that had happened. I'm Meredith Bagby, and I wrote The New Guys about the first group of shuttle astronauts. In 1987, Sally Ride was finishing up the Rogers Commission, which investigated the Challenger accident, and what she found was that there was a culture of secrecy at NASA. Sally was disillusioned, and she decided to leave NASA and try something new. In January of 2003, Sally is traveling for Sally Ride Science, and she gets this panicked call, and her sister said, "Turn on the news, Columbia just disintegrated." So to be honest, Sally left NASA at a low point, and the low point was that the Challenger had just happened, her friends had died, and she discovered through the Rogers Commission that NASA had hid information that could have saved those astronauts, and they had tried to cover it up. So when she leaves for good. Sally hears about the disintegration of Columbia. She had probably that sick feeling in her stomach. I can't believe that this is happening again. I can't believe they lost another crew. So shortly thereafter, Sally gets a call from Admiral Gaiman, who is the head of Columbia's commission, and he begs her to join the commission that's going to investigate Columbia. She's the only other person that was on the Challenger Commission, and she understands how these things work. Sally does join the Columbia Accident Commission. She goes back and she relives some of those same feelings that she did during the Challenger Commission. There was an ongoing problem at NASA. For years, foam had been falling off the external tank, and it happened dozens of times. And this reminded her of the same pattern of the O-rings. They had seen problems with the O-rings, and management hadn't stopped or paused to fix the issue. And just like in Challenger, during the Columbia investigation, NASA was trying to protect itself and cover up some of the things that had happened. Sally recognized this and was leaked a document, and that document found its way ultimately to Richard Feynman, and that helped break open the case. Anna Fisher was leading a Tiger team, which was investigating whether or not NASA should and could have done a rescue of the astronauts in space. Although it would have been difficult, NASA was good at difficult things. She felt, and her team felt, that it was worth a conversation and it was worth a try. But this information wasn't getting to the appropriate authorities, and it wasn't coming out in the commission itself. So what did Sally do? She learned from her past, and she leaked the information out to the press. But what's more, Sally, for one, didn't just believe that NASA was at fault. She believed that the shuttle itself was inherently unsafe. This vehicle that made her famous and that had sent so many of her friends and colleagues to space wasn't a vehicle that NASA should continue to use. And President George Bush at the time basically said that we should retire the shuttle with its one final mission to build the International Space Station.